Hello. Thank you for clicking on my video. Welcome to my channel. I am Theo, and this is where I talk about my life apparently while there's a speed paint of me drawing. So, to talk about the drawing, I am still working on a holiday card that I wanted to create for my coworkers and colleagues, friends, and acquaintances, and honestly anybody who wanted a Christmas card I wanted to send to them. I think I've mentioned this before. Yes, in my goals video, because I do have a fan account for an artist I enjoy. And on that fan account I posted, if anyone wants a Christmas card, hey, I'll send it to you. Why not? I just want people to have a little surprise in their mailbox, spread cheer for the holiday season. Since this speed paint, I finished the holiday card in November, I think no, either late November or the first week of December I finished it. So I've already sent out all the cards that I was going to. I still wonder if I want to send them to one or two more people. The thing that stops me is I also printed out and cut these cards myself and also folded them, and I did not realize how much work that was going to be. Dear Lord, oh my goodness, I sent out I think about 30 cards, and cutting and folding, and I guess in writing too in the cards all at the same time probably took 3 hours for 15 cards, so about 6 hours in total. And I know maybe in the grand scheme of things that wasn't a lot of time, but I wanted to try to just bang it all out, do it all at once. So I did. I was able to kind of split them into two. So I did 15 for 3 hours and then 15 for about another 3 hours. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is a lot of work. And the thing that made it easier, so I got a template from YouTube. I'll try to remember to link the video that I watched. But in the video, they're like, oh, you don't need any tools. You can use things at home. And yes, you can. However, trying to score the card, so there's a line and it folds very nicely and it has a nice clean fold. Yes, you can do that at home with things you have at home, but having an actual scoring tool made it so much more easier. If I were to use home items, it would have taken so much more longer to hand make these cards. So I bought some off of Amazon. I bought a scoring and I bought a paper cutter, or a guillotine they call it. I was like, what the heck? That's very violent sounding. I was like, okay. But yes, a paper cutter and a scoring, and that made things so much more easier. The only thing that I was kind of disappointed about, but I guess I shouldn't be, is that the paper cutter started, by card number 20, it was already getting dull. It was cutting, but it wasn't cutting as cleanly. So those last cards have fuzziness, kind of. It's not a clean cut. It's got some texture, which I guess isn't horrible. It didn't look bad, but I was like, blade's getting dull. Nothing I can do about that. So yeah. So that's what I'm working on in the speed paint. But now I also want to talk about, I guess, the title of this video, if I remember. So the title of this video is Facing Hard Realities, Hard Truths. So for me in my life right now, my mom has ongoing health conditions. Those health conditions will probably, I'm hoping not longer than 2 years. It could be longer, but I'm trying to have a positive mindset and stay positive that it won't be longer than 2 years. Maybe even shorter. I'm trying to be hopeful and trying to put that out in the world. But also, it's just like everybody's having a hard time financially. In November, we were hit with like $2,000 of unexpected expenses. And like I had to use credit to pay for them. I was like, yeah, I had the cash, but I want to save the cash for like a hurricane. Like I live in Florida, so we have hurricanes. I mean, it's after hurricane season, but still, like those emergencies where you can't use credit. That's what I want to save the cash for. So yes, I used credit on those expenses, and I'm hoping to pay them off within the next 3 months. I'm hoping. So yeah, just those unexpected expenses kind of really made me look at the financial status of myself and my mom, because we live together. And it's just like I need to try to do something, or I need to put a plan in place. So I have 2 jobs. I have my day job, my office job, and I have a retail job. And my retail job, my manager was talking to me there and just seeing like how I was doing. Like she's very kind. She was, I guess you could say, doing a wellness check on me a little bit. And she was saying like, hey, like I know you're comfortable where you are, but if bills need to be paid, like maybe try applying to be a general store manager and quit your other job. And I'm just like, excuse me? Like I worked so hard to get my office job. And what she's saying, I mean, it could be true, yes, because if a general store manager, depending on the company, could start at $65,000 a year, which is more than what I'm making right now. So, and that would be a big help. But also with that, there's the stress of working in retail. There's working the holidays. Like my benefits for my office job are amazing. Every federal holiday I get off. I have sick time on top of that. I have vacation time on top of that. Like it's really good benefits. And if I were to move to be a general manager of a retail store, like those benefits are gone. Like, so it's just like, do I want to put myself in that situation? And then also what I think about, like I said, my mom's going through health conditions. If I'm a general manager of a store and my mom has to have a surgery, like, sure, I might be able to get maybe a week off, but any more than that, I don't know. I'd probably have to submit maybe FMLA. Like, I have no idea how that would work, because I told my manager at my retail job, if I was working that retail job full time while we just found out about my mom's health condition, she was in the hospital for 2 weeks. And my office job was like, you're fine. Take those 2 weeks off. You're good. You got sick time. Use it. But if I was working a full-time retail job, it would have put so much strain on the store. And it's just like, yes, in my heart, the people that I work with in the retail job, they would have been understanding and would have been like, yeah, take those 2 weeks. But if I needed any more than 2 weeks, my retail job might have been like, they would have been understanding, but they also would have been like, hey, like we need help too. Like we're getting tired too, having to cover an empty position almost, because I wouldn't be working in those 2 weeks. And like my office job, they would have been okay maybe with like an extra 2 weeks of me having to take sick time. But then they probably would have been like, okay, like, hey, so you're going through this difficult time. If you need more time off, then maybe we look into FMLA now. Like, what are the options that we can help you with? So I guess you could say it's the difference in urgency. Like a retail job, they need you, because without people, the store won't run. Like a retail job, yeah, you could do multiple people's jobs, but it's still not a good flow. With my office job, like my work can be put off for a week or two and it's completely fine. And maybe after 2 weeks, that's when maybe someone would have to pick it up and slowly start looking at it and seeing what they can do about it. So it's just, I guess, different in urgency. That's what I was talking about with my retail manager. And I don't think I'd leave my job for another retail store. No, truthfully, I can't. Like, as I said, the stress I just mentioned, I don't see the benefits of a higher pay, but with all those stressors, I can't. And I also have to think about my own well-being. Of course, I love my mom so much. And the thing is, like, if I don't have a good mental health, like, I'm going to start snapping. I'm going to snap at customers. I'm going to snap at my mom, even if I don't mean to, just because of those stressors. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's truly worth it to quit my job to become a general manager of a retail store or a store in general. But she did get me thinking, like, okay, maybe I look for another office job. I look for a job with the state or the federal government. So I did look into those, and I did find a job that would be more than my current one. And I mean, I everything that they list. I'm like, this is easy. I could do that, no problem. But the thing that sucks is that this job requires a driver's license. I do not have a driver's license. I have a permit. And a lot of the office jobs that I would apply for all have this requirement. So that's another hard truth, I guess you could say, would be learning how to drive. And I've been wanting to learn how to drive for the past few years. It is a little bit more of an urgency now because of everything my mom's going through and maybe will have to go through. So I do have to be a little more serious with it. The thing is, nobody can really teach me. Nobody I know in my life can teach me, so I would have to pay for driving lessons. So I've looked at driving schools in my area, and they're all about at least $600 for 6 hours of driving. So, okay, I told myself I will pay for the driving lessons in maybe March, after hopefully I've paid off these unexpected November expenses, or at least paid off half of it. And then I will try to do the driving lessons and hopefully get a driver's license. That is a goal of mine this year, truly. And I think I've mentioned this before, but for my office job, it allows me so much time to practice drawing and art and learning and also exercising, but that's beside the point because this is an art YouTube channel. And if I were to leave this job and for another one, I truly believe that my time for drawing would drastically decrease. So that's another thing that's I really don't want to leave my office job. So to kind of combat that, I told myself, okay, I'm giving myself the year of 2026 to exponentially improve my art. And with improving my art, I want to apply to Artist Alley and sell prints, stickers, things like that. Basic Artist Alley things. And I know Artist Alley is definitely not a get rich quick. I absolutely understand that, especially right now with all the competition. It's crazy how big Artist Alley has gotten. I think that still, if I were able to go to one, hopefully good convention, or at least a decent convention a month, 1 weekend a month, I do believe that could help with my financial system. It's asking a lot of me. It's asking a lot of the world and people, especially in this economic times, to spend their money on me if I do end up going to Artist Alley. But I also believe that in 2027, we as a society in America, I'm not sure about places outside of America and their financial situation or economic status. But I hope by 2027, we will have some relief from this stressor of, will I be able to pay my rent? Will I be able to pay my bills? So I'm just hoping that it becomes easier for all of us as a whole. And maybe by then I will have been like, okay, I don't feel this urgency to try to make more money. And by making more money, having to leave my job that is, like I said, very beneficial for me and my art and just life in general and mental health. So if I'm not able to improve my art exponentially where I feel like I could sell at Artist Alley, then I'll have to get serious about leaving my job and finding another one. But again, that's in time. I think with this pressure of having this urgency of like, hey, I won't be able to have this comfortable life that I'm having right now if I have to switch jobs, will push me to improve my art. And it's possible to improve exponentially in a year. I'm honestly saving screenshots of people's improvement within a year. And I think I am going to paste them like on an inspiration board or a vision board, or just have somewhere where I can look at them every single day. Maybe so that will motivate me to keep going. Because I'll be honest, I have been maybe not wanting, but feeling down about art. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I think in my last video I did say something about that. But as you can see, my emotions, they go up and down, like truly. Like one day I feel horrible about my art. The next day it's like, okay, maybe I'm not so bad. But I just try to remember overall, I am working towards improvement. I am putting in the work and I will get there. I will get to where I love my art. And honestly, some days I do love my art because this is what I can do now. And hopefully in a year, I'll be able to look back and say like, wow, look at how I've progressed. Look at how much I have achieved. So also, I know I'm just talking about my financial situation and that, I mean, it's not horrible. Like we could be in a much worse place. Much, much worse. As long as there are no more unexpected expenses, I'll be okay. We will be okay. It's just the unexpected expenses that get us, that are very scary. And I think that's true for a lot of Americans right now. With the trying to improve exponentially, I am looking for art teachers. So last year, in 2024, I found a website called Preply. And this website, there are teachers for anything. I think it was at first mainly a language learning website, but they branched out to all different kinds of subjects. And I have found 2 art teachers there that I have booked actually trial sessions with today. One of them, I have a lesson with him in maybe 20 minutes. And then I have another lesson with the teacher at about 1 p.m. And right now it's like 9:10 a.m. So I will definitely come back and talk about my experience, at least with one of the art teachers. But yes, I'm hoping that having a mentor and someone that can critique my art can help with me in improving. Because I think for me, so I've been focusing on anatomy for quite some time. I was learning the arm muscles for at least 3 months. Maybe, since October, maybe September. And I think now I do know them decently. Not crazy well, but decently. I'm very proud of myself. But that took so long. And I mean, maybe it was my fault. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why it took so long. It could have been my fault. But it also could be just like, hey, like learning the muscle groups is difficult. So I'm hoping with the teacher, they can maybe help in a more structured way, more structured lessons. Because right now, I kind of want to move over to like landscapes and colors while also focusing on anatomy. So trying to learn all of those things at once will be difficult. And honestly, a lot of my practice for the last month, maybe 2 months, has just been the same thing because it's not easy, but I know how to do it. Like, I know what I should be learning to get better, I guess you could say. So I'm comfortable in my art routine of learning how to learn anatomy, I guess you could say. And just the thought of having to relearn how to find the structure for landscapes in colors is daunting. It makes me not want to do it. So I'm hoping with these teachers, they have the resources, and also looking for resources. Also, oh my gosh, it takes so much time. So I'm hoping these teachers will be able to help me overcoming that daunting thought of, oh, I have to find a way to learn this, if this even makes any sense. But we shall see. We shall see. I'm putting a lot of faith into them. And then, so also with this, again, whole financial situation, I'm going to hopefully go into a semi-no-buy year. Because personally, I don't really spend a lot on random things. At least I really try not to, because my room is jam-packed. Like, I have no space for anything, so I should not be buying anything. Of course, I do enjoy K-pop, so sometimes I'm like, oh, I need this K-pop album. But I'm really trying to not. Like, for example, for K-pop, I told myself, if I do not see the album in store, I'm not buying it, because I don't want to pay for shipping and all of that. So I told myself I will only buy a K-pop album if I physically see it in a store and I can go home with it that day. I told myself, okay, well, one thing that I do spend a lot of money on is Patreons and subscriptions. So I'm trying to find a way, okay, how can I lessen this? What can I do? So I am going to take a look at my Patreons and maybe leave some of them, decrease the levels, and so on. Another thing that we also spend money on, we as in my mom and I, is food. But I just don't know how I would decrease that spending. Because my mom, she does a lot for me, and I feel like there's not a lot I can do for her. And the one places that I can help is buying food. And I'm just like, well, how can I tell my mom, no, we need to save money, when this is like one of the one things I can give her? Something that I know she'll enjoy, and it would, I mean, I guess in a way make her happy. I'm trying to not allocate food with happiness, because that's not good. But yeah, so I'm kind of having difficulties of, okay, how can I tell my mom we need to spend less money on food? And maybe it's just what I've said here. Maybe it's just telling her, like, hey, with all the expenses, unexpected expenses we had in November, maybe for the next 3 months we try to cut back on food. Maybe I just told myself, okay, how can I just figured out a way, maybe. But now, of course, it's just actually working up the courage to tell her. And I guess it doesn't have to be for the whole year. Like I said, it could be for those first 3 months. I'll have to see. It's a conversation I'll have to have with my mom. Alrighty, so I am back from my first tutoring lesson. And I think it went pretty well. The tutor seems really knowledgeable, or the teacher, I should say, not really a tutor. I don't know. Same but different. Yes, he seems super knowledgeable. I am excited to do more lessons with him. The main thing that I liked that he said was that he's very big on giving feedback and or critiques. And that's what I'm always looking for. Like, yes, I want to learn how to do things, but I also want to learn what I could be doing better. Like, he gave me feedback on a drawing I sent to him, and I was like, oh, okay, like the things he told me, like I know, but I didn't put them into practice. Like, I sent him a landscape, and it's all, honestly, it really does look one-dimensional, doesn't have depth. And I think the reason for that was because I was trying to smush together 2 different references. And by doing that, I kind of forgot, hey, to add depth, you need value. So I was just copying from the references. And of course, I don't do thumbnailing. So maybe if I had done thumbnailing, it would have been a bit easier, not easier, but a bit better. And maybe I could have realized my mistakes before I even finished the artwork. Because even by the time I was done with the art. I was like, I probably could research how to make this better, but I don't want to. However, with his feedback now, I'm like, okay, maybe I do want to try to make this better, because the art alone didn't take me long to finish. It took me like 2 hours. So implementing his changes and his feedback shouldn't take long. Maybe it'll take another 2 hours, but hey, if it gets that information to stick in my head, I'm willing to do it. So yes, overall, good experience. I'll probably maybe try to book maybe once a week with him, once every other week. It's not crazy expensive, thankfully. But yeah, right now I'll start out slow because, I don't know, trying to have a weekly commitment seems a little tough right now, especially since I kind of did it while I was working. And then I did get a few work calls and, well, one work call, but a few chats. And I'm like, y'all, why of all the days? Like on Mondays, surprisingly, I usually don't get too many, messages or notifications or emails. But of course, the day that I have scheduled a meeting with somebody, I do get so many people trying to contact me. But I guess I should have known, because tomorrow is like a big day for me in the office, for all of us in our office in my department. But yeah, I got through it. It was a good time. I didn't get in trouble with my job. Yay! But this will be the end of the video. And please, please, please always remember, if I can do it, you can do it. So start drawing, start doing whatever you've been putting off. And good luck. I wish you all the best. Bye!